Alright, PC crashed.
Oh,
There we
poor.
go. Oh well. Um, one by one, the group of you come to consciousness. You see Kira is not present. Umuran is currently tending to each of you. He's just sort of pulled the blankets back up over Willem's body. Looks like Willem might have kicked them off in his sleep. One by one, the group of you wake. You have no idea how much time has passed. You do not get a long rest.
Has my mutagen run its course?
What's the duration for them? Is it until you complete a short rest?
Yep.
Roll me a percentile. If you higher than 60, then yes, it's run its course. No, you've not completed a short rest.
Okay.
Or at the very least, you have not gained the benefits of one.
I just had the weirdest dream.
Willem, you saw nothing. You remember your vision fading to black, and then waking up here.
What was in that food?
Bill, if you're talking, we can't hear you. I see your thing going green, but no noise coming through.
Discord screwed with your shit again. I second Hunnan's question. What was that?
Hell if I know. I just saw some weird shit. Some claw and orcs and... I don't know. Was it the past, present?
So we all saw the same thing then?
You saw it too?
I also saw the arches, the bone maul stones.
Yes.
Makes me sad. I don't really feel sad very often, but
So, did
I
we see
feel
the
these
past?
I mean, it had to be. There haven't been orc civilizations for a long time. And there was a whole
Another guess.
society here.
Y'all hear me yet?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes.
Victory!
But yeah, they mentioned something about the kami taking back the Bodemall stone. I think that shadowy hand represented them.
The
Or
question is, was it also a kami? I mean, there is good kamis, bad kamis, right?
I mean, they don't really have a morality of good and bad. I mean, they're
I
just
think
nature.
it's just our perspective of what it is that they want, is that if it's good or bad for us.
Mm.
I don't give a shit about us.
Well, I mean, if the kami destroyed an orc civilization, it's kind of bad for the orc civilization, right?
Yeah, I mean, that is true, but we didn't necessarily see them destroying the orc civilization right in the vision.
No. You saw the removal of a Bodemall stone from a henge. From
Yeah. We just saw the
dozens of
removal.
henges. Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw the removal of the stones, and the orcs went somewhere.
Technically a dozen.
uh,
Pardon me.
They went in a giant war party somewhere.
That was prior to that.
Yeah.
So, Kira, what exactly did we see? What was their purpose of showing us that?
At the mention of her name, Umuran holds up a hand and puts a finger in front of his mouth. Gestures to the bed where Kira is currently sleeping.
I see. Yeah, she's sleeping.
Said Umuran starts in Orcish in a very quiet tone. I assume Aeolus and Pelorus can translate. The Kami are our guardians. Morality is gray, but few know the true cause of the previous populace's civilization falling apart. Most assume famine and war. Nothing so devastating.
Do you know who they were warring with?
Matters not. They were blind. When you... he stands and walks over to the temple entrance, the open archway with a pointed apex, and gestures at it. We call this place our home. Our parents called it their home. Their parents lived nearby. The beasts of the jungle may enter just as much as they may leave, as they choose. It is an open space, and we have chosen to be on one side of said opening. Sometimes things come through that we might not want to come through. The Kami are guardians. And they saw fit to close and lock the doors you have just asked us to help you open.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be open. We just need to get home, and we can make sure we close it behind us. If that is the wish of your people. We didn't know. We just saw a door and went through it.
We know not how you presume to close these doors without their aid. But Kira has said that the group of you are to prove your worth. You may rest for today. Tomorrow we begin your trials.
Fantastic. We have more trials to go through.
Sort of smiles at you softly as a father would. Smiling at a child who's disgruntled, but the father knows something that the child doesn't. It's a weird expression to receive from someone.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine it would be any worse than Yarl's dungeon. we passed that one.
It's gonna be fine.
Well,
Hey, it's fun.
I mean, it hasn't changed. We either make it through or we don't. There was always only one way we were getting home. One way we would save Elderthorn.
How large are the creatures that usually wander into the temple?
Whatever creatures of the jungle choose to come for a drink, a bath, a visit with Kira and I.
So would it be safe to sit outside of the entrance?
You are safe upon these grounds.
Alos will walk outside and just sit down at the entrance.
And Moran steps away from the other four of you to leave you to your own devices. Anything for the remainder of that day before the group of you rest?
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ellie's just still thinking about the orc civilization and what choice they may have made that would cause the kami to even bend them.
Make me an insight check, Elrest.
Okay.
You had a lot in that vision. See how well you interpret some of the things that you saw.
Okay. Insight. Oh, there it is. I can't spell.
Not good. It's tough. You're knocked down, drag out, tired. Like, you know you were just asleep and unconscious, but it wasn't really restful unconsciousness.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll have better luck later.
Yeah. Siegfried in particular, I guess, would just try and keep the vision, as much of the vision as he could in his mind, and maybe write down as many details as he could.
Sure.
Before he forgot it.
Sure. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly would do the same.
Noted.
And she might actually be like, okay, after this, what do you remember? And maybe try to get everybody together on their memory of the vision, so maybe we have no holes.
Willem, as they sit here discussing this vision that apparently they all shared and you did not share in, what are your thoughts? Do you explain that you did not see it, or do you play the fool? Willem.
Bill.
He said in Discord that he was going to be right back.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
was
I
like
see that.
7 minutes ago, almost.
He's brewing coffee, probably.
Coffee.
Yeah. We'll say for now, Willem keeps it to himself. Maybe we'll bring it up later. The group of you retire. A few hours later, the sun begins to set quickly in the jungle, and the sounds of insects buzzing and filling the air until true darkness takes the space. Very complete darkness. And you all complete a long rest. And go ahead and mark that on your sheets. Undo your exhaustion. The next morning comes to you as you're all shaken and the sky still has a golden hue to it. In ways that you've not seen in your life before. It's vibrant in the morning. There's no shadow of Cloudspine Mountains where the sky is already light by the time that you can see the sun. No, the sun is beautiful. It's stunning. It's impressive. One by one, the group of you rouse, have a breakfast, and Kira addresses you. As per their wishes, you must prove to them that you are capable of vigilance in ways that others of your kind, and she looks at you, Hellerest, were not. You will demonstrate. Yep, coffee one, figured. You will demonstrate yourselves in a series of tests. Prove your connection to each other and the world, and to truly understand yourselves. Follow me. And she leaves and departs, winding the group of you down a path. Not more than about half an hour passes as the sun begins to rise up and fill the sky. Your eyes are adjusting to the brightness and the vibrant green of the jungle still. You can hear the odd animals chattering. Sounds like monkeys of some type in trees somewhere out of sight. Your feet sort of stick in the muck every now and then. But one by one, you come to a clearing. Grab the description. You are brought to a clearing. Grab the... Where is it? This it? This is it. Okay. As she slowly pulls her hands out of her pouch, you can see a collection of powders and it looks like shells within, maybe of snails or some other creature. She crushes it in her hands and takes a hearty sniff of this concoction and opens her eyes that have been sort of glassed over for a moment with a vibrant blue. Moving her hands slowly, as if a conductor leading an orchestra, you see the sky above the group of you shift and change and roil. Clouds materializing out of nothing, swollen and pregnant, before they unleash the downpour upon the group of you, drenching this area and the entire clearing before the group of you. As her vision fades and the downpour continues. Make it a little bit more difficult. Find balance. In the center of the clearing ahead of us is a plant. A special tuber. We need the roots. Go and collect the roots for us. That is the first child. See the clearing before you stretches about 70, 80 feet in, give or take. The main entrance that you're standing at to it is about 45 feet wide. And while it is a clearing, there is still a jungle canopy throughout the space. As the water is downpouring upon these leaves, it's dripping with less force throughout the area. There's vines and limbs and branches intermingled throughout the space above you, 20, 30 feet in height. Small tufts of plants and bushes in the middle of the clearing, and then thick jungle on either side. It looks like it goes ahead and then splits into two wider paths. Maybe at some point some stampede of animals might have come through and trampled everything, and it's slowly growing back. You're not sure. She holds out her hand expectantly.
All right.
Well, sounds straightforward. Go there, get some roots, and cut back. Sounds pretty easy enough, right?
Probably not, but we'll...
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not, but one can hope.
Helly's gonna pull out Corin just to be on the safe side.
Noted. Corin lasts for 10 minutes, so totally fine.
I am going to consume my dexterity mutagen.
Okay. You imbibe the mutagen. What do the group of you do? You're standing at the edge of this large clearing.
Shouldn't be any harder than, working on the farm, right?
I guess.
Well, rolls up his sleeves and gets ready to get to it.
Well, it wouldn't be much of a trial if it would be that easy, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's get going then. Maybe we'll get in some surprises.
Yeah, Cjbeard would start proceeding forward and looking around to see if there's any indication of these tubers.
Sure. Make me a perception check. And make me a... pardon me. Leave. Yep. Make me a dexterity save.
Okay. Perception. Here that comes.
Oh, great roll. Okay. You get about 15 feet in. And you see a plant sort of in the center, this very bright, vibrant bush. It's got, instead of the normal green leaves, these appear to be yellow. You suspect this is the plant of which Kira is speaking. So you clock that right away. You get about 15 feet in, and then your foot is stuck in the ground. Like you sunk about 4 inches of your boot into the ground, and you cannot yank your foot free.
Ellie would like to make a nature check to see if this is the right plant.
And it's far away from you. You can make a nature check at disadvantage, or you can make a nature check once you're next to it.
I'll make the nature check at the best point.
Okay. So you know you're gonna double check it, but you're too far away
Yes.
at the moment. What do the rest of you do?
Crew's up there with Ellie, probably whistling.
You mean Siegfried?
I thought Hellerast was also walking up to the plant.
Siegfried's
Yeah, I
the
am.
one who's mentioned that he's moving forward so far.
I am moving forward,
Make
but
the
I'm
check.
sending Corin ahead.
Sure.
Oh yeah, sorry, it was the comment about the perfect distance, I assumed. But would cruise with you, whistling as if I were having a jaunty time on the farm.
Also, give me a dex save.
Help if I had my sheet up. 1 sec.
Heather asked, your movement's 30 feet, right?
Yes.
And Willem, you're also 30 feet, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. You follow with Hellerast. You feel the the muck sort of sucking at your traveling boots, both of you, a bit, and it gets worse as you continue to move. And by about the end of your movement, you are firmly stuck, all the way up to your calves in this soil. Aeolus, Dutton, what are you doing?
Do they seem to be sinking, or are they just stuck?
You could wait a few minutes and find out.
Yeah. I'll move 10 feet closer to them.
Make me a deck save.
It.
Is he
Should Helly
within
make
10 feet of me? Then he gets a +4.
No.
Should Helly make a dex save?
No, not you, Helly. Aeolus,
Okay.
You carefully move 10 feet towards Siegfried. He's the closest to you. At this point, and you can feel it sort of sucking at your boots, but you're able to sort of stay nimble enough that it doesn't bog you down. You're fine. You don't sink in at all.
Well, I think Danan would slowly move at half speed.
Okay. Give me a
Not
dex
to
save.
disturb the...
Are you headed towards Hellarest and Willem?
Can I go a different angle from, I don't know,
so
from a
Hellarest and Willem went
different
around
side?
one. There's a main group of plants in front of you. Hellarest and Willem
Hmm.
went one direction, and then Siegfried went the other direction, and Aeolus was closer to Siegfried.
I'll take opposite of Siegfried and Aeolus.
Alright, so towards Hellarest and Willem.
Willem.
I was about to say Dunnan. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Alright, Dunnan, go ahead and give me a dex save, please. And your half speed is 10 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Rolled a 10.
10? You
Yeah.
get stuck. You are also
Didn't you say
boxed in.
something? Sorry.
You're good.
Didn't she say something about balance?
How about a visual aid?
What are we in school? Visual aids. That's some bullshit.
I love visual aids.
So the group of plants that you spotted, Siegfried, with the yellow leaves, is up here.
So possible. Willem's probably still whistling. Can I use a combination of shape water and mold earth to just try to stabilize the section in front of myself and Senorita Helly?
Give me your spellcasting ability is charisma. Give me a charisma check.
Sí, senor.
And this, you're trying to help Hellarest out of this ground, right?
Yeah, I'm basically trying to make the section in front of us more solid. I think if nothing else, I would also try to make it solid enough to step on, and I would probably just try to take my boots off, save them, clearly, so they don't get stuck in the mud. Just roll up my pants legs and continue whistling, trying to move along. And same thing, just trying to stabilize one section in front of us at a time.
Yeah, Helly'd take her boots off too, if she had to.
Alright, well, you are still both currently still stuck in the mud, so you're not getting your boots off yet.
That's fair. I'm just
Yeah.
telling you my
Yeah.
goals, my aims in life, if you will.
So you try to stabilize this section in front of Hellarest, focusing on that. And then you try to yank yourself out. Give me an athletics check. Nice roll, 18. How far are you trying to move, Willem?
Willem is literally like, I think what he would do is he would try to just step, like he would unlace his boots and try to step out of them into the next section, then turn around and just, free them from the mud.
And get your boots. Okay.
Yeah, of course. One does not leave a good pair of
Alright.
shoes long. And then as I said, roll up his pant legs. So he's not really moving more than 5 feet. He's just trying to.
Yeah, just you're more getting unstuck at the moment. That's fine. Okay. Siegfried, what are you doing?
Sorry, I muted myself. I would like to activate the troll hide belt.
Okay.
To give myself bark skin. And then, or the moss hide troll belt. I'll activate that and give myself bark skin, and then I would like to wild shape into a poisonous snake.
Okay. Spell checks, on effects pass without trace. Got it. So you are a poisonous snake.
Yeah.
We'll just continue to use your regular token for this.
Yeah. And I would just try and get myself onto the surface of the mud, and hopefully as a snake it's a little bit easier to move through.
Yeah. Go ahead and how far are you trying to move as a snake?
I think I would try to get to Helly and Willem, because it seems like we need to somehow move through this together. It doesn't seem like we're going to be successful with just one person trying to go ahead.
15 feet. Go ahead and give me a dex save. Let me check the poisonous snake stats. Poisonous snake. You have a +3 bonus. You're tiny. I'll give you advantage. Dex save with advantage. So just roll 2d20 +3.
So,
12 and a 7.
Yeah.
15 feet. You get 2 Hellerast, just barely, but you do start to get stuck in again. It seems like it's not as much a weight thing as you thought it was. So, you are there with Hellerast and Willem, but you are stuck once again. Hellerast, what are you doing?
Helly's just gonna try to get her feet out of her boots the way Willem did, get barefoot and step as close as possible to a some firmer ground so that she's up on top of the mud.
Willem did try to stabilize it a little bit for you, so go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage.
Okay.
Easy enough. You give a good firm yank to both of your legs, expecting to have to yank your boots off. One of them you are able to get your leg out of. The other one, just the whole leg and boot comes free, and you're able to step 5 feet.
Okay. Well, she's going to take off the other boot, and then she's going to cast Alter Self and give herself very, very wide circular feet, like the feet of an elephant. Like snowshoes.
Okay. Snowshoes feet. Cool.
Snowshoes feet.
I thought you were going to have big feet.
As you take off the second boot, leave it with the first one, and suddenly turn into the largest duck-footed orc that's ever been. Literally duck-footed.
And a little bow-legged too, just to make sure I can manage.
Perfect. I like it. Alright, so that's your action. You are free. That's that. That brings us... Dunnan, what are you doing?
Well, Dan is getting a little bit angry, so he's gonna force his way and get unstuck with all his might. He tries.
Yeah, athletics check. Great roll. Easily unstuck. Where you want to go?
I wanna join up with my companions. Wait up for the dwarf!
Go ahead and give me a dex save. As you sort of rush forwards, You can feel this sort of sucking at your boots harder than it was previously as you sort of plow through it. Thankfully, you are still decent enough to quickly remove your feet before they get stuck in too far. But that was a very difficult prospect.
Coriolis is over there.
Aeolus, what are you doing? As they're
Seeing
walking
everyone-
along the ground here, what are you feeling?
Seeing everyone group up, the vegetation that's in between us, are there any like spruce, pines, or anything that can stand in as rope?
There's hundreds of vines hanging from the canopy above you. The whole area is sort of covered in these vines and canopy and whatnot. The map shows like a clearing. It's not sky above you. It's jungle canopy. It's just higher up than the dense underbrush. If you consider everything that's on the map is just dense underbrush, it's difficult, even more difficult to move through. So the stuff in between the two of you is only a few feet high. Like, you can all see each other easily. But there's tons of vines everywhere throughout the map.
Alright, I'll start by making my way towards everyone.
Alright.
Or
Give me a
trying
dex save.
to.
As you plod through the mud. 23. That's my thing. Alright. So that's 20 feet. Do you want to go any further?
Yeah, I'll ask everyone, are we all okay? Because if so, I'm gonna start making my way over.
Alright, so you get to 25 feet traveled, and that's when you get stuck in again. Even with the 23.
Huh.
But at least you're with us.
Does it
He's also about a foot shorter than normal because he's sunk in the mud.
does it seem like the closer we are, the more difficult it is?
Make me a nature check. It doesn't seem like the collection of weight, whether it be the creature, whether like Siegfried turned into a small snake, or the group of you all together, it doesn't seem to be a hindering factor.
Alright.
Dunnan definitely had some trouble trying to catch up with the group there, and then you had some significant trouble trying to get all the way over here. That's it so far. It seemed like it was fairly easy for Helleras and Willem to just get out of their boots and make their adjustments as needed, but that's all you've sort of gathered so far.
Okay.
The ground seems pretty treacherous regardless, though.
Alright, do I still have an action left, or...
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Aeolus is going to grab at a piece of his cloak, and he's going to rip off a small leather hoop, and he's going to cast Levitate on himself and grab on to one of the vines.
Okay. Make me an athletics check just for fun.
Yeah, man.
Okay. You are levitating, and your feet sort of squelching sound out of the muck and the mud, as opposed to sinking further in. And you are raised up. How high do you want to go?
Per the levitate spell, I go...
20
Yeah, I go 20 feet.
Okay. 20 feet up. Alright. That'll then bring us to Willem. You're the first person to activate this cycle, so to speak. What are you doing?
There. Willem would look at Aeolus and disc. That's cheating. This is the way you do it. and then Willem would kind of bend over as if he were like working the farm, and would, as he walks forward, would not plant his heels down so they don't get stuck in the mud. So would just be walking on, basically the front of his feet, and would bend over, like looking at plants as he goes, much as if he's farming, and only move about half of his movement all while doing this.
15 feet.
Hopefully also getting some interesting herbs, vegetables, roots, tubers, something along the way.
Oddly enough, this is not a rice paddy. Make me a dex save.
That's some bullshit.
uh,
Sorry, you said a dexterity save?
Yeah, please. Pretty good. Willem showing you all how it's done as he tiptoes like a Machiavellian movie villain sneaking through a house. Forward.
Whistling, of course. I can't forget
Whistling some jaunty tune.
Do I have the
Susanna.
reverse of habitate to push him into the ground?
Yeah. Think. Okay. Hellerast, you're up next. What are you doing?
Okay. She's gonna do a couple of tentative steps around where she is just to see how her big old feet are gonna help her.
To be determined. It feels fine. It feels like sort of slapping, like when you slap your hand on like a taut, wet piece of fabric, like sound. But the ground that Willem had stabilized has already started to sort of shift and deteriorate.
Right.
It seems like the magic's only able to hold these things for a very brief period.
Sounds like oobleck to me. As me, it sounds like, when you take cornstarch and water.
Yeah.
If you move slowly through it, you get stuck. But if you run really, really fast, it's like you're running on top. So she's going to just take a dash and get as close as possible, as fast as possible to, here, wherever it is.
The yellow things in the center.
Yeah.
Sure. Go for it. Give me a dex save as you take off at this breakneck sprint. All right. As you sort of take a moment, try to figure out how to dash with these duck feet for a moment, and then take off. You go step, 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 sink, and you are into your waist. You get about you sink on the 15th foot. And you're deep. Like, you are all the way, like, much further than you anticipated. And you haven't seen anyone sink this far in so far. You are well stuck in now.
Okay. Well, even though I'm stuck, I'm going to go ahead and send Corin up and have her start investigating the actual bushes, because now I'm close enough.
All right, let me grab Corin. Party Corin. How many hit points does Corin have?
15, I believe.
15? All right.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So you send Corin up to here. Corin is just sort of rummaging around in the bushes.
No, she has 17, I'm sorry.
17? Gotcha. Beautiful. All right. So Corin's rummaging the bushes right now.
Yep.
And you are an orc version of a Diglett. All right. Siegfried. Snakefried. What are you doing?
Siegfried, frustrated, will drop out of wild shape.
Sure.
It didn't seem to help him that much.
Sure.
And then he's going to try another spell on himself. He is going to cast Freedom of Movement on himself.
Okay.
And see if that helps.
Right. Cool. I like it. So as you focus on this spell, non-concentration, love it.
Yeah.
You feel some of the muck sort of slide off of your legs, and you're able to sort of stand up. Imagine you were probably on your stomach because that's how snakes
Yeah,
slither.
You just see him belly flop back into
Yeah.
existence and then slowly get to his feet.
Yeah.
And then seeing that I have a little bit more room to move, I would like to try and move up and potentially help Helly Rest out of her situation.
Certainly. You take a couple steps. As you do, aided by this magical aura that you've placed upon yourself, I need the group of you to roll into initiative, please.
Oh, shit. I knew that was coming.
There we go. I play most of the games in Foundry now, so I'm slowly forgetting how to use Roll20.
Likewise.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, I missed y'all. I love y'all.
Yeah. How have you been, Bill? You
We
were
missed you too.
you were dealing with some health stuff last time, right?
I don't know where I got to.
Last week, I took off because my partner was a few days before leaving to take the bar. But yeah, I've been having a lot of issues with my knee. I finally got the doctors to potentially diagnose it. Sounds like I might have a torn meniscus, so I'll probably have to have another surgery.
Yeah, my mom had to deal with something like that, and it was pretty brutal until you got it fixed.
Yeah, that's how I've been feeling. But that said, life has been busy.
Yeah. Oh, glad you're here.
Yeah.
All right. Let me move these to the...
What about Aeolus?
The Aeolus roll? Aeolus.
No, he said he was going to be back. He's had a BRB, but...
24.
Oh boy. Okay. He's going to love that.
And we'll kick him after Siegfried. So, Siegfried, as you take a few steps unencumbered by the natural environment in which you find yourselves, some of the vines that are nearby shift, and they make an attack against you.
Wonderful.
20 to hit you.
Yep, my AC is only 19.
Oh, wonderful. That is 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. As this vine sort of wraps around you, you feel it extend barbs into you, such that struggling against it would cause them to prick you. So you're currently grappled by the one next to Aeolus. And it is your round.
Okay. 1 second.
Does
I'm just
free
reading through.
movement prevent a grapple?
I don't know. It says you can't target. This causes target to be paralyzed or restrained. I don't.
Yeah, no.
see
So you are still grappled. You just aren't.
Yeah.
I would say if it had.
So
the other half of this ability is until the grapple ends, the target is restrained. I would say you're not considered restrained, but you are still
It says
grappled.
that the target can also spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints, such as manacles or a creature that is
grappled.
a grapple.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So I can use 5 feet of movement to get out of this grapple.
Yeah.
Which I will.
Okay, noted.
I'll probably step 5 feet back that way.
Certainly.
And sorry, I'm just going through my spells again.
Yeah.
1 second. Because I have all new 4th level spells and I'm reading through them. I will use another spell that... Oh, I don't have another spell slot.
No, you just cast Freedom of
Yeah, I
Movement.
just cast Freedom of Movement.
So
So that makes sense. I would...
you have a bonus action.
Yeah. Was that Freedom Movement on this turn?
Yes.
Or was it before the initiative started?
This turn.
Okay. So with the...
You triggered an opportunity attack.
Yeah. Bonus action. I don't really have anything I want to do right now? I guess I'll just go into Chalice Swarm preemptively in case we need it.
Noted. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Mark off a second wild shape. That brings us to Aeolus. As you float up, and you see Helaras sort of dash ahead.
And sorry,
Siegfried-
I'll also move a little bit closer to the Korin.
See Helaras dash ahead. Siegfried casts a spell on himself, and then moves, and then gets attacked by this vine, which he gets, and then sort of slithers back out of, thanks to the magic. And now you're floating right next to this thing that all of these vines that are sort of dangling from the area and coming up from the ground are all now moving of their own accord, and you're floating in this space. What are you doing, Aeolus?
Oh, well, isn't this just fucking peachy? I am going to... As a bonus action, activate one of my Crimson Rights. We will do lightning, why not?
Noted.
And I will take 2 swings at it if it is within range.
Yeah.
Slash
at some of the vines, by all means.
Yeah. Why not?
Ooh, nice. Both hit, yeah. Absolutely. Easy hits. 5. So that's the radiant is the sword itself, correct? Right?
Yes.
13, 18. And the second one is 15. Perfect. Yeah. Solid. Take these 2 swipes as you sort of float through this space here. It's very weird not having any leverage to mix it swipes, but you make it work.
And then I am going to, seeing as I have to pull myself against something to move, I'm gonna use the hand that's holding on to the vine, and I'm going to release levitate and just try to lower myself on the vine, or just hold myself there.
Holding on to the vine that's there with you? Like
well,
holding on to this animated vine?
Is the animated vine the one that
lots of animated vines. There's a bevy of them. You're not sure which ones aren't at this point, because there was virtually no difference between, like, to indicate that these were animated initially.
Okay. Then I'll just stay here then and just
stay floating.
Hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, that then brings us around to the first assassin vine. Which Siegfried has been so kind as to move within its range. Siegfried, it is attacking you. I don't know if you're back, but you're getting attacked either way.
Yep.
Siegfried, does a 17 hit you?
No, not with the new Ring of Resistance, or
nice.
My AC is up by finally above 17. It's 19
well,
now.
You have Bark Skin going right now, right?
Yeah, but yeah, I do.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
But I believe that Barkskin stipulation is just that it can't be lower than 16.
Yeah.
Not that it can't be greater.
Yeah, it doesn't force it to 16. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Version of Barkskin.
Yeah.
Second attack is a 15. No good.
Yep.
All right. That'll then bring us to Helarast.
Let's see here. just going to send Corin to attack the farthest one and just see what she can figure out about them.
The one in the center?
Yeah, the one by the bushes. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, that one. Oh, I need to
Give me a Corin's
quick spirit strike.
Yep. 22 does hit. For 8 points.
Do I have another action?
Oh, yeah, because you had conjured Corin previously, you're able to use her as a bonus action to attack. So you still have your action.
Okay. She's tempted to try the bracers.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know if the mud is going to make a difference.
You'll never know till you try.
Never know till I try, so yeah, Tempest Griffin bracers, let's give it a go.
Alright, make a first melee attack on the one against by Aeolus. Not Corwin's attack.
Right.
One of your melee attacks.
I'm gonna have my hand axe.
That's good. Hand axe on them. Hand axe on the first one. 22 hits. 8 points. Second one is where Corbin is. Give me a attack roll. 16 also hits. 7 points. And last one, furthest away. Give me an attack roll. 12 just misses, unfortunately.
Just message, yeah.
Roll me 2d8 and then 2d8 again, please. Because you get bonus 2d8 lightning damage on each of these attacks. Right, 10 on Aeolus's. And 15 on the other. You do notice they do seem to be resistant. They are not resistant to lightning. They're resistant to something else. They take the full lightning damage. And you get to teleport next to one of the creatures that you hit. Which one do you choose? Aeolus or Corvinus?
The one by the tubers.
Gotcha.
Corin and Sigrid.
Perfect. Right there.
Yep.
Make me a dex save as well.
Yeah.
You teleport into the mud. You are still well and truly stuck. Now it's up to your navel. This mud, quicksand type of soil that these things are growing in. Not very friendly to you, but you are able to make your attacks. You just end up still stuck. Alright. That'll then bring us to Dunnan. What'll it be?
Well, seeing that there are some enemies, he will go, finally something I can hit. It's the language I don't understand, and he will try to move next to Aeolus. I don't know how easy that is. Do you need a roll for that?
10 feet. Yes, please give me a dex save. You pass. Easily enough, as you carefully move, slowly, just picking and choosing your steps as you go, you manage to not get stuck as you progress.
Great.
Alright, so you
Bonus action. During smite. And hit the one.
Which one? Burning Smite, you said?
Yeah, Searing Smite,
Searing
yeah.
Smite, nice. Yeah, I think that's the fiery one. 14 hits. So that is 6 for that, and 2, so there's 14 points of damage.
One fire, I think.
You need to roll the fire.
Yeah.
You rolled it higher up. Gotcha. So.
Yeah. At the start of
15.
each of its turns, it takes one. Right.
And the start of each turns, it makes a con save. On a fail, it takes 1d6. Got it.
No.
Alright.
Second strike.
Second attack. 16 also hits. 8, 14, 16 points of damage. Nice. And
I'm gonna smite it. Yes.
Sure.
Smite it.
Go for it. Another 15 points of radiant damage. You see some of the vines sort of go slack all of a sudden as you sort of impact this collection, this gnarled mass of roots, finally. And some of the vines that are getting ready to assail Aeolus do go slack.
Right. That's it.
Alright. As you finish up, that then brings us to Willem.
Willem will continue to work the rice paddy, whistling, and move another 15 feet if possible.
Okay. Go ahead and make me
Up in
another
here.
dex save, please, as you're working said rice paddy.
I will, if that is enough to move forward and all, I will also prepare an action just in case anything attacks me to use my shadow sickle, but it'll be very much in the way that one harvests rice.
You get to where Siegfried is, but one of your legs does sink a little bit more than anticipated, so you are slightly stuck now. You do get your 15 feet of movement, but after that, you get stuck. Just missed the save.
Fair enough.
Alright. And you said you're holding the casting of Shadow Sickle?
Yep, as a reaction, I guess. If a vine attacks me, I will harvest it, much as rice.
Okay, so are you casting Shadow Sickle and then holding the... It's a bonus action to cast, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Is
you
it
can
possible
either
to-
hold the cast and then hold the attack, or you can cast and then hold the attack, or you can hold the cast. The
I'll
caveat
hold
is
the
if you
cast.
hold the cast, you lose the spell slot regardless. So you could cast it
okay.
and then just hold an attack roll if you wanted.
Nah, I'll just activate it if I need to. I'm
Okay.
good right now.
Yeah, and then you can just hold the attack if you want, if something goes after you.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I'll go ahead and do so.
All right. That will then finish up your round, Willem, and bring us to my next plant. You see vines sort of ripple up out of the mud for a moment, like a wave and tendrils as they whip across the ground and try to coil around Corin. Does an 18 hit Corin? Oh, yes. You're muted.
Yes, an 18 hits. She's gone.
She is gone because she takes 21 points of damage from the attack, which is enough to cause her to become disjunctioned.
Yes.
I'll just drop her in the bottom left-hand corner just in case you choose to summon her again. Which you can do so by spending spell slots, any level
Right.
spell. So the vine sort of breaks Corin. First time you've seen
Very
Corin
first
break.
time. Yeah.
As the magic sort of dissipates for a moment, a pang of worry creeps through you. But then it's settled with the warmth of Corin sort of returning to you. As we come around to Siegfried. Here, no longer grappled, currently in chalice form.
Yep.
But
seeing Corwin get shattered by that thing, I know I don't want to get hit by it, and I'll probably need to heal people soon. So I'm gonna do something defensive for Siegfried for now. I'm gonna cast Meld into Stone on myself.
Okay. Step into a stone or object. There is no stone.
Okay, I thought it counted as it.
Yeah, no.
Never mind.
Yeah, you would need a stone object that you can
Yeah.
meld, like walk into. You
Okay.
can sort of turn something into temporary carbonite, and you can stay inside of it and like be sneaky.
Mhm.
But you need the thing.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on myself
Okay.
and give myself Bull Strength.
Gotcha. Advantage on all strength checks.
And then I would like to move over and, whenever I get the chance, help Heliras get out of the mud.
Noted. Okay. Yeah. So cast. So next round you'll be able to help her.
Yeah.
Holly is going
I
to
I
Holly's
might.
going to discourage you from that.
Okay.
She has a plan.
Okay. So I shouldn't cast Enhance Ability?
Yeah, just don't come get her. Just
Okay.
engage the plant.
Alright, I will just stay by Willem for now and try and help him up.
So you get enhanced ability, step
Yeah.
back. As you shift in your magically enhanced form, ignoring the mud and everything, the vines are attacking you. An opportunity attack. Ooh, 24 to hit.
Yep.
That was a great roll. Right. That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. I'm gonna pop my first Stone's Endurance.
Okay, sounds good. And you just have to spend some movement to escape the grapple.
Yep. So that is only 5 points of damage.
Or 6 points. It's
6.
10.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
And I will make a con save.
Yep. Yeah, DC. Ah! Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Goes down.
Easy come, easy go.
Yep.
I was gonna say DC's only 10. You're definitely gonna get this. I jinxed you. All right. That'll then. You still have a little bit of movement left, or you just stay and put. You just were moving around to try to help Willem.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick near Willem.
Okay, gotcha. As you finish, another cacophonous sound sort of comes from the underbrush near the side here, as another plant is drawn by the activity going on here, and lashes out at you, Dunnan. Not that attack. This attack. Dunnan, 23 to hit you. Wow, you're rolling great. Dunnan.
Yes. Hello.
23 to hit you.
Yes.
Take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. You are grappled and restrained.
Is it magical?
No, it's
Damage?
divine.
So 7.
Yep. Get the full reduction there. And that'll
Oh,
bring
boy.
us to Aeolus.
So I'm grappled and restrained.
Yeah, by this plant in the bottom left. Or bottom center. What'll it be, Aeolus? You muted.
All right. So I want to reach up and grab one of the vines closest to me. With the notion of releasing levitate and attempting to swing down to my lower left.
Down to this one?
Yes.
Sure. Make me either an acrobatics check with disadvantage or an athletics check straight roll. Your choice.
Let's go athletics.
Good enough. As you drop the spell, you grab a vine and you sort of float up a little bit, sort of angling the vine in just the way that there's going to be a drop and you sort of have to catch yourself and you twist and hold on to it. You take 4 points, we'll call it torsion damage, as it sort of you've twisted it around your arm, so now all of your weight is brought into this twist as it squeezes your forearm, but it keeps you from continuing to fall. As you sort of swing towards the thing, what are you doing?
I would like to attack it if possible.
Sure. First attack has advantage because you did a cool thing. 21, I'll hit. Nice. 13, 15 points of damage as you swing this stocky sword. Second attack, not quite enough. As you sort of land heavily, there's a little bit firmer ground here. You don't have to worry about it too much quite yet. Second attack, though, no good. It just gets tangled in the vines before you have to retrieve your sword.
All right.
All right. That'll then bring us to the one next to Hellerast, which is going to coil its vines around you, Hellerast, as you're now right next to it and deliciously made of meat. Does a 14 hit you?
No, sir.
Conveniently, you are low enough in the ground that it thinks you're taller for some reason. Its second attack will go after Willem, who's gotten slowly closer to it. 25 for the Rice Patty Master.
Yeah, that does it.
14 points of bludgeoning damage, grappled and restrained. That'll then bring us to Hellerast.
Okay, Helly has this feeling that once we get the tubers, the vines are going to leave us alone. So she's going to take her axe, which is in her hand, and start digging for the tube. She's already kind of low. She's just going to start using the hand axe to dig through the mud and try to find the tubers.
Sure, I like it. Go ahead. Willem, 9 is not enough to hit, unfortunately.
Figured not.
Yeah, good attempt. Hellerast, roll me an investigation check as you're sort of digging in. Like, all of the ground is sort of flooding back into itself. It is wet. It's this mucky, muddy, quicksandy type soil and loam that sort of just fills in on itself over and over again.
Yeah.
But you're looking. Go ahead and give me that check. Investigation.
Yeah.
11. You're digging. You find. You see a root at one point. You think, oh, that might be it. But before you can reach out and grab it, the mud sort of collapses in again, and you lost sight of where it was.
Okay.
That's your action.
That's my action. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. I guess that's it. She's not going to bring Corin out again.
Okay, gotcha. All right, that'll then bring us to Dunnan. Dunnan, at the start of your turn, the vine that is coiled around you has sort of extended these internal prongs, these thorns that are sticking into you. You start the turn as these thorns stick into you. You take 16 points of poison damage from the envenomed thorns. You are a dwarf, so you resist poison, so you only take 8.
Oh. Okay. So, there are no vines around me, right? Can I try and hit the vines to get free?
Yeah, so I'll say you need to do. I'm gonna set a damage threshold. If you deal that much damage to the vines, you get free, or you can make an athletics or acrobatics check to try to escape as your action. Either or.
I will do athletics.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. I force my way through.
Yeah,
Try to force.
easy enough. You just sort of realize these things are sticking into you, find the end of one of the vines, and you quickly just peel it away from your form, freeing one of your trapped arms, and sort of spin it around your head for a moment as it uncoils from you and just toss the vine back away from you. You are no longer grappled and restrained.
Yeah, great. And bonus action next to Iola's. Oh boy. The Mug of Ale appears,
Ooh, nice. I like it.
but doesn't hit for 1.
Ooh, yeah, natural 1. No good.
Nope.
Good try. All right.
Oh,
So you're moving?
moving maybe.
Yeah, where you go?
How far can I go?
Your movement's 25 feet, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
You want to move 15
It
feet?
did. No, I want to move next to Iola's. Try
Alright,
to
so
take
that's,
that thing down.
That's 15 feet. Go ahead and give me a dex save.
Boy.
Okay, so you're starting to realize after seeing Helleras take off at a dead sprint, and that was the worst thing that any of you have done. And then
Go as slow as
Dunnan, who's going Willem, who's going slow, is having an easier time. Seems like slower is better. But 22, you're good. Not a problem. You rush over, your feet carefully slapping against the ground. You're not getting stuck in quite yet, and you get next to the amalgamation of plants. Now we come to Willem. Willem, at the start of your turn, you get pricked by thorns, and you take 17 points of poison damage. I need a con save for your sickle. Your sickle is gone.
What is with Constitution saves, guys? I'm supposed to be the one that's
That was
bad
a
at
con
it.
check. He didn't add his proficiency bonus. What's your proficiency bonus?
Sorry, I don't know why I hit that. Proficiency would be what?
It's 3.
3.
It's 3. Still a fail. Sickle's gone. Oof.
It happens.
Yeah.
Willem would again tisk. Farming is always such hard work, and then would cast Misty Step to step next to the vine,
Ooh, nice. Yeah, boom. Easy enough.
and then we'll round out.
And you're no longer grappled.
Yep. Round out this turn with a dodge action.
Okay, I do need a dex save from you first, because you teleported, but you might still get stuck in.
That was the same. It was a check.
Ooh.
I apologize, but
That's fine. It's easy enough. This time you teleport and you teleport very carefully onto some firmer sections at the moment, and you're sort of balancing on top of this thick stew of ground.
Again, bent over, ready to farm the paddy, but a little bit dodgier. Not quite used to the mean plants like this, but plants are plants.
All right. Anything else, Willem?
No, that should be my. Unless I want to move, which I don't know where I want to be, so good to
Sounds
go.
good. All right. And you took dodge, so there'll be the next vine. You're where Corin was, so it is going to do that sort of wave ripple attack towards you with disadvantage because you dodged. That'll dodge the natural 20 that it got and change it into a 14 to hit you. Good
does not hit.
use. That one only has the one attack. That brings us to Siegfried.
Okay. Question. I think we've talked about. What if I use my starry map to cast Guiding Bolt? Does that count against my spell limit for the turn?
No,
Okay.
It's
Cool.
a stored
Alright.
item.
Cool. All right. I am going to use a bonus action to send a level 1 healing word towards Dunnan,
Okay.
and then I'm going to send the chalice healing towards Willem.
Nice.
Because I think I'm nicely positioned for that.
Yeah.
And it's only a bonus action, so Dunnan gets that,
Dunnan gets 8.
and then Willem gets the chalice healing, which is 1d8 plus 4 right now. There. And then with my action, I am going to attempt a guiding bolt the one that's next to Helly and Willem.
Sure. Go for
with
it.
the starting map. So I use one spell slot for healing word. Now Guiding bolt.
11.
That's
Nope. Couple points shy as this amalgamation of plants is just sort of rippling in the moment. Helleras is still digging furious at the ground looking for these roots. Willem's about to join. The guiding bolt goes wide. That brings us to the one friendly with Aeolus and Dunnan. Aeolus, you went after it. It is
Let's
going after you. Dunnan broke free. You might be easier prey. 22 to hit you, Aeolus.
Alright, it is.
Pardon?
I said how right it is.
Yeah.
Yep, and it hits.
14 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled and restrained.
Okay.
Be wary of the poison, Aeolus.
Start of your turn, Aeolus. You take an additional 19 points of poison damage. Real well in poison, too.
Also, so grapple restrained, I can still attack, right?
Yes, you attack at disadvantage. Or you can try to break free.
No. We're not about that. Bonus action.
Ooh.
Amplifying it, I take 6.
Oh my god.
Perfect. Just hurt yourself and you're nearly dead.
Alright, so it's a straight roll.
Yep.
On your first attack. Oh my god. It's so on brand. 7, 11, 22, 30, 40 points of damage. Holy crap. Insane. And you get an additional Hemocraft dice in there. Did you include that? Curse the mark you did. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Jeez. Insane. Okay.
What's that? Like that's almost 70 points of damage, 60 something.
Yeah, second attack hits. That's 11, so that's 51 total. Plus 9, 60, yeah, 65. Jeez. 25 on top. Insane series of attacks there. And that's until the end of your turn, so yeah. Great use of Blood Curse of the Mark there. It goes from looking pretty great to kinda shit.
Do the Crimson Rights also get doubled? Because it only rolled 1 for each.
No, it rolled your crit damage.
It did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's the 11 plus 7, so the 7 is the crit damage. The additional d6 for Crimson Right and d6 for Curse of the Marked.
Awesome, cool.
Yep.
Yay,
Oh,
Sam.
good.
I can play D&D.
Great rolls, Aeolus. So we come around to the Assassin Vine next to Helleras and Willem. Helleras, you are digging at this thing's roots now. It is solely focused on you. At least until Willem starts digging. It has 2 attacks. First attack against you is an 11. Second is a crit.
Okay. Yeah, the first one does not hit.
Yeah. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage from the crit. Rolled real poorly. 9 and 3. But you are grappled and restrained now. You're not concentrating on anything, though, so no concentration.
No.
And that'll bring us to your turn. The barbs from this thing pulse, and you are now envenomed. You take 27 points of poison damage.
Even though I have the Constitution? Like the orcish...
Yeah.
Bullshit. Okay,
yeah,
27.
You don't resist poison. Dwarves resist poison.
Spencer, how much poison damage did I take?
100 points.
You took
because
19.
I'm immune to poison damage.
You took 19.
Okay.
So add 19 back. You're immune to poison?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice. Ah, you're 7th level. Nice.
I'm so happy I didn't multi-class.
Yeah, to get your 19 points back. That's a lot of health for you. It's like 60% of your total hit points.
Being immune to poison is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Hellerest, what are you doing? You are grappled, but other than that, you're fine.
Kelly's pissed.
Yeah.
She's gonna give hit the one next to her with create bonfire.
Sure. Cast the spell. Bonfire it up. These things don't move. It's a great use of that spell.
Let's see.
Bonfire on it. I assume you're putting it in a spot that you are not on. But
yes.
It's a deck save, I believe, for create bonfire. Yeah.
Yes.
Gets a 5. Go ahead and give me 2d8 fire damage, please. Oh my god. That's all we all posted. 13 points of fire damage. As the thing is now writhing as parts of its vines are starting to char. That's your action, Hellerest, so you're not digging this turn. Are you doing anything else?
Let's see. Guess I'll pull Corin.
Alright, sounds good. Corin is up, and Corin can make her attacks. Oh, sorry, no, Corin just got summoned, so she can't attack this one. She can attack next one.
No, she can't.
Yeah. I remember things that I wrote. That brings us to...
Better than me.
Dunnan. You are no longer grappled. What'll it be?
The one in front of us looks like shit, right?
Yeah, looking real bad. I listed a number on it.
Oh.
And
Try
itself.
to finish it off.
18 hits. That is sufficient. That's 7 hit points left.
God damn it.
Done.
At least finish your job if you're hitting it.
Done single-handedly slays the assassin vine.
In one of our other games I play in, we literally only crit on enemies when they have like 2 HP left.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
I'll move the full way and roll for
Sure.
dexterity.
Yeah, give me a hell of a dex save. You moved, what, 25 feet?
God damn it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. 10, you're stuck after 5 feet.
Nice. And bonus action, move the mug 20 feet.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll move towards
Next to
side.
yours.
Yeah, go for it. Alright, that brings us to Willem. Next to this plant. What will it be?
Willem shall begin harvesting the creature.
Alright, go for it.
So I will use... I will resummon my Shadow Blade, or my Shadow Sickle, and cut the heck out of this root.
Alright, give me an investigation check looking for these tuber roots.
Roots.
You are digging and you're digging. You find some of them just at the edge of your reach. You have a grip on them yet, but you haven't been able to harvest any quite yet.
Okay.
Alright. That'll bring
Well,
us...
so is that my action then?
That's your action to find them, yes.
Alright, fair.
That'll bring us to the next one. It doesn't know what's going on. Evens, Corin, odds, Willem. Evens, Corin, odds, Willem. Willem. It is going to try to constrict you as it sends the tendril out towards you. 18 to hit you?
Yep, just does it.
Alright, 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled and restrained once again. Con save for your sickle. You guys are barely passing me. Like, what is going on with your con saves? Like, this is insane. All right. That's its entire turn there. That brings us to Siegfried.
Siegfried is going to do another bonus action of healing.
Okay.
Because he sees Willem is going for something.
Yep. Yeah, Willem's arm deep in the muck.
Yeah. So I am going to healing word this time at a 3rd level.
Okay.
The healing word is going towards Willem.
14 points. Nice roll.
And then the chalice healing is going towards Helly.
Helly, gotcha.
Damn, that was also a good roll.
Yeah.
Nice.
Coming in clutch.
And then fire another guiding bolt at the one that's harassing Willem.
Sure. See if you can. So that would be this one way over here.
Oh, okay. I'll just focus fire on the one that's been damaged.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
The one with the yellow leaves.
Yeah, I misunderstood.
Yeah. This one over here is targeting the people in this position.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So? Has this one been attacking people?
Yeah, it's been attacking.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Cool. I just want. I was like, I got very confused for a second. I was like, I swear I saw that attack someone. All right. Here we go. Guiding bolt.
15 does hit. 19 points of radiant damage.
Ooh.
Huge damage there.
And it is now glowing as well.
All right. Awesome.
And that is my
bring us to Aeolus.
Aeolus is going to use his movement and his action to dash, but I'm going to move at half speed.
Okay, sounds good. So you're going to move carefully, so you're getting your full movement, your full base movement, right?
Yes.
Effectively. All right, go for it. Go ahead and give me 2 dex saves. Your movement's normally 30, right?
35.
35, all right. 2 dex saves.
Does it get the +4 because within 10 feet?
On the initial one. So 19, solid. Or sorry, it's actually 22. Perfect. Second dex save, because you don't have disadvantage. And 28, easily enough. Go ahead and move your 35 feet. Yeah. Yeah. That second one was a DC 28 save. Barely passed. Because of how much you tried to move in a single round.
How hurt does this creature look?
It's pretty okay.
All right.
Anything else?
Bonus action.
Okay, blood curse in the marked. Until the end of your turn.
Wait, yep.
You might want to wait.
Yep. Holding off on that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink one of the potions of healing that I have.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Anything else, Aeolus?
That's it.
All right. If plants could scream, as Willem grabs a hold of this root bundle at the base of this plant, it is attacking you, Willem. First attack misses with a 10. Second attack, you are restrained from the previous one. Second attack, because of the advantage, is an 18 to hit you.
That does it.
You are now grappled by both of these. Hellerast, you are free.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
You can only grapple one of you at once.
And yet, at what cost?
Yeah. All right. That'll then bring us around to Hellerast as the vines retreat. 12 points of bludgeoning damage, Willem. From the vines. As you come around to you, Hellerast, the vines sort of let go of you, focusing on the new thing grabbing onto the roots. What are you doing?
Let's see. So let's see here.
So Willem's holding
No
something
concept.
underneath the muck. You can't see what it is.
Right.
You saw the roots previously when you were digging.
Still concentrating on the bonfire, I think. It hasn't been a minute yet, has it?
No, it has not. Let me make a dex save. You do get some damage there. 12. That doesn't beat your ZC. Go ahead and roll me 2d8.
Okay.
I'm going to jip you out of the damage. Nice. 13. Solid.
Bonfire is one of my favorite cantrips.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that.
Concentrating on that.
I'm gonna do my nature check now.
Okay.
See if
Go
I
for
can
it.
learn anything about this plant.
I like it. Yeah. 18. You know a little bit. So, these are a special breed of assassin vines. And the tubers that you are collecting are known as float roots. Float roots are an adaptation that are grown by particularly dangerous plants that allow them to live in dangerous conditions, such as giant pools of quicksand. This seems to be a mature plant because of the yellow leaves. The other ones are immature, and as such not able to be harvested for said float roots. That said, the mature one, clearly more dangerous as it has multiple vines that are attacking people. But yeah, so you do learn that this is what you need, and ones from other ones will not suffice.
Was that my action?
It's your action. To recognize and relay this information.
Okay.
Additionally, you know that they need to be harvested from a live plant.
Okay. So I'll relay that as well.
Right, so we need to
Not kill
keep Willem, not kill it, and keep Willem alive. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll tell Helly that. Yeah, on my turn, something.
So I'm gonna have Corin see if she can start digging for the roots as well.
Okay. So,
Spirit strike.
well, without the attack roll, I'll say, Corin is helping to lower the DC for not quite advantage for help because be full action to give help, but helping to reduce the DC a little bit for Willem getting the roots out of there.
Right.
That brings us to Dunnan.
Did he hear Heliwest shout that they need to keep it alive? Or am I too far away?
No, there's not a lot of sound going on.
When we keep it alive, I usually hit things and that solves everything.
Kill the other one then.
It's so
This
far
one has
away.
to stay alive for us to get the roots.
Get jogging, dwarf.
Am I gonna make you swallow that? I use the mug and keep him. No. Can the mug help digging? I don't know, like a shovel.
Digging through the muck. Go ahead and make me a dex save.
Well, he's gonna run. If 50 feet, or at least try.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and give me a dex save for your full movement.
Never gonna make it.
16. You
rolls.
do get 20 feet. So you get to here.
So, okay. Since I've been having them forever, I'll take out the hand axe and throw it at the one other plant.
What's the range? It's 2060?
It's 2060, so yeah, I know. Yeah, well. Better than nothing.
Yeah, something.
Where it is, there it is.
15 still hits. Get a little bit of damage on it as it sort of embeds itself and half splits through one of the vines. There we go. Solid. You can collect that later, maybe.
Second one.
Second one, 13 just hits. There's your AC.
Oh, nice.
Another 11 points in there.
So I got 3 left.
So it seems like the younger plants have lower AC than the main one.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's it. I'll send the muck with me, just the 20 feet. that's it.
Sounds good. That brings us to Willem, who is grappled by 2 different of these vines at the moment.
Fair.
Barbs
What can
come
he
out of all
actually-
of the vines.
Yep.
What can I actually do to, continue harvesting this one? Can I do some sort of check to get out, or should I just misty step?
Well, that depends if you
Nice.
survive the 50 points of poison damage you take.
No, absolutely, I don't.
There's 2 of them. You are flooded with venom. As you're sort of holding onto these roots, Willem slumps in the vines. You do not have to roll a death save, though, because the damage happened at the start of your turn. You are just at 0.
Cool.
They
Well,
rolled
I-
25 and 25 for the poison. That was insane.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Neither of them individually would have took me down, but death save this time or next time around?
No death save this time. No, not necessary. Because if you start your turn at 0, that's when you would make the death save, and you didn't technically start at 0. The one vine, seeing that its prey has been subdued, will now target Corwin. Does hit Corwin, but does not do enough damage to break her. That's the blue one. That brings us to Siegfried.
Siegfried, seeing Willem go down, is going to run up to him.
Make me a dex save.
I have freedom of movement.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah, for the next hour.
It's like, he's not going to get to him. It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
No.
And then I am going to cure wounds him at the 3rd level.
Ooh, big value. $20 points. Solid.
And
the
then,
chalice.
yep, and the chalice I'll send towards Heli.
All the rest. Solid.
Yeah. And
8
then-
points to you, Hellrest.
And then, so I was here, right? About,
Yeah,
I
you've
forget
moved
what,
10 feet.
10 feet, and then I am going to move just kind of back again.
Okay. It's currently grappling someone. It's got no issue to make an attack against you. It brings us to Aeolus. You finally caught up.
Awesome.
Yeah, so if you're just, I'll get the fucking root ale so we can kill it.
Yeah. Aeolus is going to work where Helen was working and
Okay.
try to pull the root.
Okay. Make me a survival check. Because you're following Willem's arm, you don't have to find it, but you have to not harvest one of Willem's fingers at the same time. So make me the survival check with disadvantage. You don't have
It's
to find
okay,
it.
he has 10 of them.
It's like
That's
a little
true.
carrot. They grow back, right?
You can still do spells with 9, right?
12 is not enough. You're working on it. You're starting to cut. You're trying to be careful not to take Willem's pinky with you, but you're not quite enough through the root ball quite yet.
Okay.
Anything? That's your action. Anything with your bonus or movement?
Is it possible to step into the creature's space?
Nope.
No? Okay. No, I'll just stand here and try my best to help Willem.
You certainly may. As you try to help Willem with his root ball, the vines, who think Willem is still dead, release him and glom over towards you. Does a 20 hit you?
It hits.
10 points of bludgeon damage. You are now grappled and restrained. As you feel the barbs begin to poke into you, ready to unleash their toxin. Hillrast, sorry, it has 2 attacks. I don't want to jip myself out of damage either. Natural 1. Okay. Oh no, you're restrained. 17.
That hits.
6 points of bludgeoning damage. Haha.
Yeah.
Big damage. Now it's Hellrest.
That's half of Aeola's hit points, 6 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
After a long rest.
Hellrest is going to call Corin over to her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's kind of right there, and she's going to have Corin do her best to dig the mud away while Helly looks for the roots. So it's like having
so you're
10 hands instead of, or whatever.
So you're looking for your own set of roots to try to harvest. You're not trying to follow Willem's arm. You're just trying to find another clump, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
This is your action and your bonus.
Okay. Shit.
Oh my, Hellrest. You cannot, try as you might, you're more worried about, you saw Willem go down, now Aeolus is being contained by this thing. You know Siegfried healed Willem, but he's not quite shifting around yet. You got a lot on your mind, and you keep making furtive glances, and it's not the mindset you need to find those roots at that moment. Oof. Brings us to Dunnan. Willem on deck. Willem's still holding onto the roots.
Well, seeing that they are working. Need some help over there? Or should I try to finish that one off?
I think you should distract the other one.
Alright. Try to move 20 feet again.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a deck.
Or 25, sorry.
Athletics check. You're currently stuck. You are unstuck. Now you may attempt to move. Go ahead and give me the deck save for your movement.
Let's go. Come on.
10.
Nope.
5,
Fuck me.
10, and you are once again stuck. You are able to move your spiritual weapon. I moved it to 20 feet for you.
Yeah, I'll hit with the spiritual weapon.
You can try.
I can try.
Yeah, they have
I'll
a real
try
tanky
to hit.
13 AC.
Come on, crit.
Which doesn't mean I can't fucking up.
Oh my.
Got a +7. Well,
What's the matter? Having performance issues?
Two-handed axes. But
You
with
broke
disadvantage.
free. You do not have your action remaining.
Oh,
You
fuck
escaped
me.
from
Okay.
this being stuck.
Well,
Yeah.
then I just angrily look at it.
Angry glares are free actions. That's fine. Willem, around to you. You're back in consciousness. You've been yo-yoed from the darkness once again. You have your hand clutched around this root ball. Aeolus has started to cut it. What are you doing?
Like a little root grub, Willem wiggles deeper in and starts snipping. I suppose with that, what is it, the dagger of the ogre mage or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I didn't throw it on my sheet. I apologize. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't get any of those items on my sheet. Hint, hint, hint.
It's okay. I believe in you. Your ability to add them. Oh, good. Go ahead and make a survival check. Not a disadvantage.
Oh, we don't care about my fingers.
24. Willem, you finally, after all of this effort of carefully moving forward, you finally get close enough to it that you are able to collect this bundle of roots as you yank and cut. You pull this gnarled mass about 12, 13 inches in diameter, sort of egg-shaped, out from the muck as parts of the muck sort of drain away from it. You see it's this twisted and tangled and really static form. It's incredibly lightweight. It's impressively so. As you do, the plant sort of shifts and withers and starts to sink slightly into the muck. As it does, it releases Aeolus and lashes its tendrils out away from the group of you, towards the jungle to the northwest, and grabs some of the other vines there and starts to pull itself away from the group of you. No one
I'm
else has a
assuming-
grab on it right now. Are you going to let it go? Or are you going to try to slay this plant?
I shall harvest this little creature.
You have harvested the float roots.
Oh, okay.
I would say let it go.
Yeah, I probably would let it go.
Yeah.
It's mature and we can get roots from it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we destroy it, we might be losing a source for the verbal.
Yeah.
Okay. One by one, the at the more mature one shifting, the other one slowly slows down its movements, doesn't attack anymore, and goes back to this docile, immoving nature. It's going to take the group of you out of initiative. You were able to successfully harvest float roots. Willem, add 1 pound of float roots to your inventory.
But it's still sticky, right? We're still stuck, right?
Yeah, it's still difficult to move around here, but
Okay.
you are no longer under any present threat. Let's take a...
Helly's, I was going to say, Helly's going to grab Willem with the root and do what she's been dying to do the whole time and cast Dimension Door and get back up to, what's her face?
Or
And
Kira is.
get for the root.
Nice. Okay, so Willem, remove it from your sheet. And let's take...
Well, no, I'm taking Willem too.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Well, if you're
up.
handing the root over to Kira, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Handing it over to her. And then we'll heal Willem where he's in good place.
Let's take a quick, 4-minute break, since that comment sort of took through the middle of our normal break time.
Yeah.
Back in a couple. All right?
Oh, shit. Okay. didn't like show up well.
No worries. All right, getting back into everything. You return the one by one. You sort of make your way back out of the muck towards Kira. Hand over the roots. She takes them and stows them in a satchel. You did well working together, and she looks at you, Willem. So odd for one such as yourself to be still in tune with the world around you.
What do you mean, such as myself? A farmer?
She looks quizzically, like she doesn't understand the question. Or somewhere lost in translation. Because everything she only speaks Orcish. But well, our next task is some distance away, so we best be moving.
Possible to rest a little bit before we go?
We need to make good time. We might be able to rest upon arrival if we still have sunlight.
Okay. We will follow your lead.
I'm gonna want the group of you file in and follow Kira down.
Can I cast? Can I heal a little bit before my chalice goes
yeah,
up?
Yeah. Go ahead and spend what you want out of the chalice.
Yeah. So I'm just only going to do it once before it goes out.
Okay.
I'm just going to cure wounds. Willem at a level 2.
Okay.
And then, because I'm running out of spell slots, I don't want to use them all just yet. And then I'll send a chalice healing over to Aeolus.
Okay. Gotcha.
Just tide them over for a little bit.
All right. As your form fades as the jungle falls behind underfoot, several hours of travel. Kira doesn't speak to you, and whether you speak amongst yourselves is up to you. She does not tarry, and it's difficult for even skilled wilderness individuals that you have amongst your group to accurately figure out your location. Feel the chances of getting lost in this place are very high if you're not familiar with how to traverse the jungle environment. I need a Constitution save from all of you, please.
Plus 4 if you're within 10 feet.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
well, there's your con saves, guys.
Overall, more of you were better than 10 than less, meaning the group of you did make good time. After a good bit of travel, Kira holds up her hand. The clearing is a few hundred feet ahead of us. If you would like to take a brief rest, now would be the time.
Okay. I assume that's a short rest?
Yeah. So a group of you can complete a short rest. Recover short rest mechanics.
Also, doesn't Dunnan have something that heals us on short rest? Am I misremembering that?
It popped the sensor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could use the sensor and heal you guys.
I'll do that. Why not?
I don't know. What is it?
So
It's 1d4 each round for a minute. So it's
for
10
10 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, so just roll 10d4. And we can top off with that.
Um,
Alright, so everyone gets 21.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. As the group of you are finishing up your rest, Kira says, Umaran is nearby. He's found this location for us. We need to be in this area of the jungle for the next few days and the conclusion of your trials. But it must be made safe for us to camp here first. Ahead is a clearing of the dominant power in the area. You must demonstrate that you are more vigorous than it.
Okay.
Okay.
Siegfried starts.
She
getting
doesn't say
his
anything
shit
else to
together.
you. She's just smiling at you.
Yeah. We just go ahead. It doesn't seem like
Helly's going to divest herself of some of her bulkier pieces of armor as she can. This seems more like an endurance thing than like needing armor, so she's going to go ahead and maybe, I don't know, whatever she can, without taking 15 minutes to get rid of the whole damn thing.
Okay. You could leave your shield behind if you wanted.
Yeah, shield.
Oh, so, yeah. Leave your shield behind. Grab just the stuff you need, or you think you might need. Okay. One by one, the group of you come to a clearing. Hard, trampled, and packed dirt. Devoid of some vegetation. It's very sparse here. The jungle plants have sort of changed in the dominant makeup in this region. It's quite humid. The sun is shining and beating down upon you all at the moment, and you can see the open sky above, which is a nice relief after spending what's tantamount to about 40 hours at this point covered in canopy. You're still mostly damp from the rain in the previous area. Seems like stuff doesn't dry very easily here. As you approach, you see a series of sort of large churns in the dirt here and there. Signs of some large beast in the space. Or in this area of the jungle at the very least. You do not see any creature within the clearing or any things that you might be able to use to demonstrate your vigor. There's no obstacle course or series of like pull-up bars or anything like that. What do the group of you do as you approach?
So we're going to be chased by something, huh? Something big.
I guess. I mean, she said Umaran was up here. Do we see him?
You do not see Umaran at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. She said he was somewhere in the area, but you're not sure where.
Yeah, Siegfried would just like to do a thorough perception check.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Am I able to use my hunter's bane to also sniff?
Sure. Yeah. That's Fey Fiends and Celestials, or Fey Fiends Undead.
It is Fey, Fiends, or Undead,
Okay.
yeah.
Dan would get the bloody pup. Just in case.
Alright. You call the pup.
Just be ready for everything, pup. It's also a good taste for you.
Okay. Aeolus, none that you detect.
Okay.
Siegfried, looking ahead into the clearing, 60, 70 feet ahead of you, you see drag marks. It looks like something large is dragged across the dirt here, like, and caused a furrow in the ground.
Yeah, I point that out to Aeolus and Heli. Some sort of tracks up ahead, like something large is dragged across the ground.
Does the drag mark look like an indentation? Like, is it like a tree? Is it smoother?
You'd have to get closer to get a good look. Like, you can see the furrow in the ground, but you're not sure of any specific distinguished things that might indicate a tree, such as like branches that dug into the ground for a few inches as the tree rotated, and that would be on either side of the drag mark. You're not quite sure from this distance.
Right.
You know what to look for, you're just not close enough to.
All right. I will draw my sword and I will get closer.
Sure. Since it sounds like this is what you're doing, I'm asking for it just in case. Can you give me a stealth check?
Yeah.
I'll follow Aeolus.
Sure, stealth as well. Are you riding the pup, or did you just summon the pup to come along?
Yeah, just next to me.
Okay.
Just
Well, I'm probably barefoot. We'll
Nice.
Aerials.
Siegfried's probably gonna
You
hang
want-
back and see what happens.
Do you want to roll for the pup too?
Is the pup staying
Ellie as
back, or the
well.
pup staying with you?
No, it's coming with me.
Alright, yes, roll for the pup. Anyone who's moving forward, I want the stealth check for. Willem's moving forward. And then Heli and Siegfried, the two of you are staying back in the tree cover.
Yes.
Yeah, for now.
Noted. If the two of you would like, just so we have them on record if you need, give me stealth checks with advantage, because you're in the tree line. Straight 13. Siegfried 17. Noted. Okay.
I has my bark skin gone away?
It has. You've
Okay.
traveled for many hours.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Aeolus leading this pack of Aeolus, Dunnan, the pup, and Willem in that marching order, roughly. You start to circle this clearing to the southern side of it, moving towards the marks. You see a large outcropping of stone across the clearing from where you are now. Like, you move to about the 5 o'clock, the 7 o'clock of the clearing, and up at 1 o'clock that was obfuscated from the trail that you followed. There's a large rock structure that's sort of peeking out of the jungle, and a sort of looks to be a natural cave that these drag marks are leading towards, or away from.
All right. I will point that out to everyone that followed, and I will motion for Siegfried and Hellerest
To move up.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. If I
Okay.
see Aeolus signaling us, I will start moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna move clockwise around the clearing while they're going counterclockwise and stay within the tree line, or are you moving into the clearing with them?
Heli would like to flank if possible.
Yeah, I will follow Heli on the flank, and I'll just signal back to Aeolus that we're kind of going a circuitous route.
Okay, sounds good. The rest you push in. Aeolus, you've gotten close enough to the drag marks at this point, like entering into the clearing proper, that you can make a check on them. Make me a survival check, please.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
Alright. Drag marks are big. Some big thing caused them. You do not find any marks of like a tree trunk or anything like that. What you do find is charred bits of, looks like leather almost. And you find a few marks of blood within the drag marks.
Does the blood look recent? Like, can I?
Tough to tell.
Does it like wipe off all my hands?
Make me an intelligence check with advantage. It wipes, but there's a congealed nature to it in a way that you're not expecting. The marks themselves are wide. It's about a 7-foot drag mark is the core of this, and you find these little bits and scraps here and there. As you're sort of following it for a moment, you find more evidence of what it is. You find a large pool of this blood, and that's when you sort of can dip your fingers and sort of feel it a little bit. It's not quite sticky, but it's congealed like sour milk. And it's at this point that you know what's happened to this blood. It's what happens constantly to enemies of yours that you hit with your Crimson Right weapon. This blood has had a current run through it, an electrical current. As you enter the center of this clearing, Dunnan and the pup continue to rotate around, Willem in tow. You look up towards the cave ahead of you, and sort of shifting, sidewalking, camouflaged, if not for the movement. You see a monstrous creature approaching.
Do I have the time to draw my Crimson Right?
Sure. Activate. Okay. Go ahead and activate your Crimson Right. Okay. Which right are you activating?
Lightning.
Okay. As your blade crackles with energy, Dunnan, Helleras, Siegfried, and Willem, you all hear the crackling of energy from Aeolus. As he's sort of looking, you follow his gaze, and then see what Aeolus saw approaching. A gargantuan, 8-legged lizard, long-necked, its mouth just barely starting to open, and a purring like hiss with heavy vibrato echoes through the space around you. As you've entered the domain of this creature, the apex of the food chain in this space.
I see lightning. It's a bad choice.
That's why I asked. And we're going to have you guys roll into initiative.
Something for me to climb on.
And I believe we'll pick up with your initiative against the jungle dragon next session.
All right. Yeah. Maybe a bad time to say this, but I am not here next week.
I believe, Kim, you're out also, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Do we want to hold off for next week and we'll pick up the following week in that case?
Yeah, I would rather do it with Helly and Aeolus here.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss it.
Yeah. Awesome.
If that's okay with Willem and Marcus and Bill, I mean.
Yeah.
You guys will be fine.
Yeah.
Aeolus's aim is to climb on top of it and not be a chew toy.
I'll drop the initiative.
Because we know that always works out, right? Grabbing on top of things.
Well, I mean, and it's a good thing that I have lightning resistance, so.
Who aren't you special?
Who says that it's lightning affiliated?
I just.
Yeah, Aeolus was
Listen.
able to figure it out with
Well,
his.
Aeolus is the only one who knows that it has lightning.
Yeah,
At
I
the
mean, yeah,
moment.
it's literally sparking.
Yeah.
Maybe it's chromatic and can change.
Sparky,
who's the
Sparky
good
the jungle
boy?
dragon.
Yeah.
That's its name.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Yeah, it's Pete's cousin.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
All right, good session, everybody.